Well, I've got a confession to make. I don't know how I'm going to say this. I don't even know what you're going to think of me. But here goes. I'm Mark from Adventure Outdoors. I've been neglecting my axe. So guys, to make up for this disgusting behavior, I'm heading on over to my camp. We are going to use my axe for food prep, fire prep, and we're going to talk to it a little bit, let her know that we still love her, and hopefully there'll be no hard feelings. So let's get on over to the camp, take a look at it, and see. During the winter when I was here last, I found a lot of coyote activity. So hopefully it won't be so bad. We'll get in there, take a look, make sure it's safe, as these woods around here are not like your average 30-pound coyote. We got some big ones in here. Some of the locals are saying that they're pretty much all coy wolves around here now, and I tend to agree. They seem to be getting a little bit bigger, around 50-60 pounds, and a little more sometimes, and they've got more of a pack mentality too, which is kind of creepy, but it is what it is. It's not going to stop me from getting in the woods. I do have my axe with me today, and we got some good lunch coming. Got some smalls. So guys, this is the little darling that I've been neglecting. It's my Husqvarna Carpenter's axe. I quite like this axe. It's a good weight. It's got a good weight head. I believe it's like two pounds, 2-pound head. It's got a 19-inch handle. It's got a good. It hits really hard for a small axe. Very packable. It has a nice straight edge, so it's very good for crafting. And the one thing I will say about it is you can get this thing quite sharp. I just put it on the strop this morning just to see how she was going to go, and let's take a look and see if she shaves. Oh, she shaves indeed. Look at that. So I haven't used this guy since my last overnighter. I don't know if you remember seeing that overnight where me and my brother came out to this area here, and we slept out in the winter. And I tested out that Klymit Static V insulated sleeping pad, which by the way, that thing is 2 thumbs up for the price. It was an excellent sleeping pad. But today we are going to pamper the axe. As long as the mosquitoes don't drive me crazy, we should have a good time. So I'm not quite sure if I'm just going to use my twig stove or not, but I do have a big branch here. We're going to cut off some pieces, split them up, do some finer axe tasks. I'm going to do all my food prep with this as well, and that's about it. Just show it some love and get the feel back of it in my hand, because I find we use knives all the time. We use knives at home, we use knives at work, we use knives in the bush, in the field. It's something that we're using all the time, so we get kind of used to it, and it becomes second nature. An axe we don't use anywhere else but the woods, or unless you're splitting wood at home, or you're a big-time wood crafter. But for most of us, if we're just going out from time to time, it's actually a good idea to take a hold of your axe, you know, kind of feel the steel on it, take care of it, give her a good sharpen. Just get used to having it in your hand, so when it comes time to do some work, or if something happens you have to use it as a backup or whatever it is, you're kind of skilled with it. You've got the motor, the muscle memory, you know, to keep working at it, and it's just a good idea to practice with your axe. So to fit in the stove, we're gonna need pieces about this size, maybe even a little shorter, but this stuff should work just fine. Alright, so today I'm going to be using my MSR Alpine stowaway pot, or Seagull stowaway pot, or whatever it is. Can't remember exactly the name of it, but we'll pop that open her up. Now on the inside, my little stove fits in here just perfect. So I have my stove and my pot all in the same spot, which is kind of nice. So let's go ahead, set this puppy up. Sorry guys, this is the stove we're going to be using today. I bought this guy for $19 off of AliExpress. I love this thing. It sets up real easy. Drop that in there and put that on top, and that's all there is to it. You stuff that full of tinder, put your little smalls in there. You got a little opening to keep dropping them in. It's all made out of stainless steel, but it's relatively light, and the geometry of it actually gives it a little bit more strength. So all in all, you got yourself a really good gasification stove for super cheap, and that was shipping included too, by the way. So I love this thing. Well worth every penny. So let's get her all stuffed up and ready to go. So guys, for those of you who don't know who Nathan is, and I'm sure just about everyone knows who Nathan is, but this is one of the best ferro rods I've ever used. Fantastic ferro rod, and I'll just show you real quick what kind of sparks this thing gives off, even though you just saw it, but it's just gobs and gobs of awesomeness. So if you want to pick yourself up one of these, this is the Sasquatch model, so it's a 1/2 inch by 6 inch long. I'll put the link down in the description. You can go check it out, where I got this from. And if you also want to see a review on this that I did, I'll put a little tab up here or a link in the description, wherever, and you can check that out. But I've made hundreds of fires with this guy. It's still going strong, still lights fires, no problem. It's an absolute warrior, and I love this thing. So go ahead and check out Nathan when you get a chance. All right, we got the fire lit. I'm gonna put a whole bunch of nice pieces in there, let that cook down a little bit, keep that going, and we're gonna go ahead and make lunch, and it's gonna be a good one. All right, so we are also gonna get a shallot going, because onions and bacon are like best friends. Got some nicely diced up shallots. Some of them are a little bit bigger, some are a little bit smaller, but that don't matter. And now we just got to get our mushrooms done. All right. So I've dumped off the fat once already. I'm going to keep on going for a little bit, and we're going to render these down a little bit more, and then I'm going to add some rice to this, add some water, and we'll boil it all up to make one big happy meal. All right, so we got the rice in there. Just going to give that a little stir in. So guys, I just wanted to give you a quick look at this here. This is the Waterfly 3-liter hydration pack I did a review on about a year and a half, maybe 2 years ago. I just wanted to bring this back up and show it to you guys that yes, in fact, I'm still using it. I've abused the hell out of this thing. I've tossed books on it. I've thrown other gear on top of it. I've put it in my backpack with a bunch of wood and all kinds of things, and it's still going strong, no leaks. It's got some great features on it. It's got this insulated tube here to help keep the water inside either cool or warm. It's got the hose will disconnect from the pack, making it easier to clean. Just give it a quick swing around and get all the water out of it. It's got a quick little cover over the mouthpiece to keep it from getting bug repellent from your clothes on there, or dirty, or whatever it is. When you put your pack down, it's not slaying in the dirt. It stays nice and clean, and you just give it a little bite and a pull, and you can suck away and you get all the water you need. Works great. Click it right back up again. And one of the best things about it is made out of something called Microban, and it'll help keep molds and things growing and bacteria growing inside there. And also it has a nice clip that you just pull off to the side. I'll just give you a quick look at it. I'm not going to take it right off, but a quick look. You could slide this right off, and then you can open up this whole pouch to where you could I could stick my hand in there to clean it up and dry it out completely before I store it away. And that also reduces your maintenance time, which is always key too. You don't want to be having a good time in the woods and spending all day cleaning your stuff. So there you go, guys. Just wanted to give you another a year after or 2 year after look at the Waterfly 3-liter hydration pack, and I'm giving it 2 thumbs up. This thing's awesome. So alrighty, guys, there you go. Got some rice, portobello mushrooms, shallots, and some bacon steak, or steak bacon, whatever you want to call it. Nice thick cut bacon. So in true ATO fashion, I forgot my fork again. So just grabbed this branch off this fallen tree here, carved out like a little scoop. I won't be taking any big bites, but it'll do the trick. One thing about cooking on these little stoves is that yes, they're lightweight. They boil water real quick and that kind of thing. But if you're looking for something that's not maintenance heavy, where you can just actually set a fire up, go ahead and cook on it, and not have to feed the fire every 5 to 10 seconds, then by all means go ahead. Sometimes what I would do, if I would have brought my saw with me, is I would have cut around about this big, maybe a little bit in between the size of a golf ball and a tennis ball, and split up by quarters or eighths, and then shoved it on inside there, and that'll give you an initial long burn. But some of them will burn faster than the others, and you'll eventually end up having to stick in smaller twigs, which burn up quite quick, especially on a windy day like today. So if you're going to carry one of these stoves, it might be a better idea to actually add a windscreen to your kit. So guys, if you're interested, go ahead and check out my review for Nathan's great quality ferro rods, and you can also check out that review for that Waterfly hydration pack. If you're in the market for one and you don't want to spend too much money, that might be a good option for you. I've had mine for about at least 2 years now, and it's a great piece of kit. So if you're looking for something that's gonna help you, you know, with carving spoons and crafting things and cutting notches in logs, you know, maybe making a log flat on one side for making a bench or shaping wood, this is the tool for you. If you're looking for something that's going to fell trees and split really well, fell trees or split something or split wood very well, this is not that tool. Sometimes, quite often, you'll see axes being lumped in together as it's got to split good, it's got to fall a tree good, it's got to shape wood good, it's got to, well, you know what? That's like saying that a hammer's got to put in screws really good. It's not really, doesn't really work that way. And there's certain designs for axe heads, just like there are certain designs for screwdrivers. They're for different things and different and perform differently, and that's why they're the way they are. And this guy is very good for shaping. It will do some light chopping, and it will do some light felling, but it will not be great at those two other things. If you're looking for shaping items for making spoons, that kind of thing, this thing is badass for that. It takes a wicked edge, as you saw. It was able to shave, and after everything that we did today, let's see if it'll still shave. Well, not like before, but we're still removing some hair. You can see that. We're still removing some hair, but not like before. It was crazy sharp before, and now it is just kind of, well, in some spots it's still sharp. Oh, there we go, see? But it's not as, it's still cutting hair, but it's not as sharp as it was before. So, if this axe isn't good at splitting, and it's not really good at chopping things down, why do I bring it with me? Well, most of the time, man, these black flies are terrible. Most of the time when I'm out in the bush, I like something about this long. It's very packable. It fits inside my pack nicely. It's a decent weight. So I find if you go with a lighter head axe, I find you end up doing a lot of swinging, more swinging than you should have to. I'd rather just take my time, take some big swings, than take 1,000 small ones to achieve the same goal. And that's why I went with the heavier head than my Cold Steel Trail Boss. That's why I upgraded to this. And I'm going to call it an upgrade, even though the Trail Boss is a very good saw. It's just the head's a little bit on the light side. I believe it's a 1.5 pounds. The handle on it is quite comfortable. It's not too bulky. I can get a good purchase on it, and I don't have to worry about my hands sliding off the end because it's got that little lump there. I don't know what they call that, a sheep's foot or a goat's head, or I don't know what they call that, but it don't really matter. It's that little lump at the end. And it handles things pretty well. The sheath that it came with is a piece of garbage. I was kind of disappointed in the sheath, but it does do its purpose. When I put the axe head inside the sheath, I don't have to worry about it cutting me anymore. So that's that. So there you go, guys.